Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now it's time for British Wrestling Radio with your hosts, Dean Mitchell, Nixy Newman, and our very own Quebec ITV Vendetta. Join us in our chat room at www.britishwrestlingradio.co.uk. Phone in on 01223 911 822 and join us right now. Yes. I know it says .co.uk. I've got to change it. Just I haven't got the time or the bother to change it at the moment. Everything's too busy for me. How is everyone on a Friday evening? This is British Wrestling Radio. Sorry, House of Pain Radio. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours to talk about professional wrestling and everything that's been happening in the usual way. And everybody's having a good evening. I am absolutely white. It has been the longest day of my life, but we'll go more into that in a minute. I am just going to try and connect to get my co-host in here with me at this moment in time, but we should see how we get along with that one. But it's been an interesting week in the world of professional wrestling, as we've said before. Hello, Nixy.
Hello.
Hello, love. You all right?
Yep. How are you?
Well, all right now. Been one of them weeks where it's been up and down, side to side, but apart from being embarrassed to fucking hell with the worst photo on the world on Facebook, but I try my best. For those who don't know, and obviously they're not on my friends list, I had a photograph of me put on Facebook this week, which is basically me as a 5-year-old page boy. So my life was over this week. It was a complete embarrassment. And me with blonde curly hair, waist under the armpit trousers, frilly shirt. We're talking pre-1974. As my wife said, the wedding photo looked like a cast photo for life on Mars. So, and then before we had that, we had Raw, which everybody was waiting with anticipation to see the set. And as soon as I said, who put a stretch limo taxi on that stage? It wasn't a normal taxi, was it? It was a stretch limo taxi. It was like, it wasn't the normal 2-door. That looked like it was a bleeding 8-door taxi. Or was my eyes deceiving me? I don't know. What did you think to it?
Maybe you need my glasses.
Oh dear. I just looked at the set and thought, I went, everyone's going to go laughing their heads off because they know exactly what I'm going to be doing at this moment. Now, the thing is, I was doing an early shifts at work, so I literally...
So your reaction?
Nobody saw my reaction because it was, I didn't see it live. I take Winter's Layer's book now. I watch it on YouTube because you can fast forward the rubbish bits. Yep. So about 2.5 hour Raw lasts about 45 minutes in my book now.
Yeah.
And it was just the way that you just looked at it, and the crowd was great, weren't it?
They were great.
The crowd was amazing. It was like when Daniel Bryan came out, it was like the entire British people just took this guy to their hearts. And I just think, I mean, the British crowd was amazing, but it's always the same. You put a wrestling crowd, you put wrestling on TV. Put 12,000 Brits in a room and you'll watch the reaction. TNA's worked that one out. Now WWE are finally getting it. Rumours this week, we're bringing a pay-per-view over.
Yep.
All I can say to that is we'll believe that when we see it. There's a lot of people saying it's not been here since SummerSlam. The last pay-per-view in Britain from the WWE was Insurrection or Rebellion. It was one of them two, and I think it was 2003. Kevin Nash and Triple H was the main event. Don't quote me. Don't quite. So we just we had something. No, there's no fights in here yet, Daz. Don't worry. We've all nice and fight. Tonight's show is a bit different because we were just. Tonight's going to be a special one because. We're just going through Raw quickly, just saying about a recap of this week, and then we're going to get into the serious stuff, aren't we, Go? So, But Raw was great. I'm gonna watch SmackDown on Saturday on Sky One because now they're finally putting it on free TV, so I can watch SmackDown for the change.
Oh,
So I'm gonna yeah, tomorrow. I think it's 1 o'clock Sky One.
Well, that's not on Freeview, but
no, but it is. Sky One is.
Sky One isn't on Freeview.
Isn't it?
No.
Oh, all right. Oh,
It's lovely if it was, but it's not.
No. Oh, well, so WrestleEdge is watching it now. See, WrestleEdge is back. WrestleEdge has come home. You see? Yeah. And
they were up for Wade Barrett as well, weren't they? The Birmingham crowd.
Oh, Barrett they just went crazy for Barrett. He was going mental. Wade Barrett was off he was going. Yeah, like he said, I watched the YouTube video and he says he's never been cheered in 7-8 years of wrestling.
Like that, yeah.
And he's never had a reaction like that in his life.
Choked up, wasn't he?
Before we even get further, a big announcement to everyone on behalf of everybody here at British Wrestling Radio or House of Pain Radio, whatever you want to call us. We want to send our sincere condolences and our best wishes goes to Drew McIntyre for the loss of his mum. That happened yesterday. She died, and we send all our best wishes to Drew and his family at this difficult time. And I know he might not be listening to us, but you never think. But Drew, we're thinking of you, buddy. We all wish you. We all sending our very best wishes to everyone involved with Drew at this time, and hope he pulls through. And hope he's very well. Hope he gets better. But it's just one of them things. We've got to accept it. But anyway, life goes on, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying his best. So we had Raw. Oh, sorry. We had that thing called Wrestle Talk TV on Sunday night, didn't we? Yes, I know more about that.
Yeah. We're better than them.
Do you know, it just makes your blood boil. I mean, we've even got people saying to us now that we do it better than them. And I'm like, I'm starting actually to believe it now. Because I don't give it. I thought, so Wrestle Talk TV, they advertise it every week. They were saying, oh yes, we're going to big up the wrestling scene. We're going to do this. We're doing this with wrestling scene. Blah, blah, this, that. Next thing you know, they're not talking about British ones at all, and they just want to slam the British scene and everything. They said for weeks we was putting pre-CW on. They said for weeks we was putting Insane Championship Wrestling on. And then they put my flash up, and it's like, oh look, the logo's there. And it's good. Hey, did you see who's wrestling for Preston City Wrestling tonight?
I didn't know.
Angelina Love.
Oh.
And she's wrestling for Pro Wrestling Eve over the weekend. And
who's she going against?
I forgot her name. I think it's Keldy Ray and stuff like that.
I think I've seen the poster for it. I think I know the one you mean.
Well, have you seen what she's doing? I think it's tomorrow in Norwich. They're doing the Pro Wrestling Eve. We've got their internet pay-per-view. And Angelina Love's on the card. Also, do you remember Taylor Wilde from WWE?
Yeah.
She's on there as well. And she's come back now and she started wrestling again.
She was supposed to have retired to be going back to school and doing something else.
Yeah, well, she's living in Brighton. The last time she's down living in Brighton and she's come back wrestling. So I think that's a real coup for everyone. I mean, nobody in America gives a toss about it, but we do. I think it's a cracking blue school for Pro Wrestling Eve. For those who don't know Pro Wrestling Eve as well, it's alpha and females on the card as well. Nemesis has just said us that. Well done. Then Pro Wrestling Eve is the top female promotion. I'm going to put my head out and say this. It's better than Shimmer. It's better than WWE. It's better than TNA. It's the whole thing. This is a female-only promotion, and this is amazing. And yeah, they said that in May, WrestleHeads. They said that in May it was going to be in the Players Olympic proportions. We knew that in May this year. It's WrestleMania 30 they're aiming at, but now we've heard that. Have you heard the list of locations for WrestleMania 30?
Weren't they thinking New York? Or
No,
is it somewhere else?
It's somewhere else now. New York's next year.
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania 29.
30 in it, so they've got to pick somewhere big.
Yeah, well, the rumour has it, they're going to pick New Orleans, the Superdome at New Orleans. Don't ask me why. But New Orleans is mentioned. Miami's also being mentioned. There's all these different places mentioned, but there is no way they're bringing it over here. Even though we could put 90,000 people in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. But that's why they won't do it, isn't it? Because we would kick their attendance rate out the door, and we'd be a better crowd.
Yeah, can you imagine, 90,000 British people going mental? It would create, I mean, one of the
We'd both go.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there like a shot.
Yeah,
I'll be there all week. I'll be there for the access, the Hall of Fame. I'll be doing everything, me.
Actually, that's a good point. I would do that too. That would be it, a week of British Wrestling Radio. We just all go and there's just...
Yeah, get the batteries for the laptops and just bombshell in bleeding McDonald's at 11 o'clock on a Friday night and go, welcome to British Wrestling Radio from McDonald's. Oi, pal, give us a cheeseburger. That would be great. I'd love that. That would be one heck of a night. Saying, well, you did say we could use the Wi-Fi. What are you doing? What are you doing in our shop? You shouldn't be in our shop. You shouldn't be doing it at.
Get out of my shop.
Get out of my shop. No.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't do that.
No. Out. No. No, anyway, let's get back to it.
Behave.
Anyway, behave. Anyway, this week, Monday was Raw. Tuesday was SmackDown live. Did it have live? Was it live on Sky?
Was it?
I don't know. Does anybody see SmackDown was on Sky on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning?
I didn't know about that.
I don't know. It's just, I think we'll go back to the pay-per-view thing. One of the reasons why is it was on delay. Yeah, it was on at 1 AM, yeah. I think, we've got to cover Linda McMahon, haven't we, as well? Tuesday, God Bennett. Let's spend, right, my philosophy with Linda is this. Let's spend $90 million of a company that is making all their mid-card talent pay for their hotel, their car fees, their food, everything for WrestleMania, but the wife of the boss spends $90 million on a failed campaign. Well, over 2 campaigns, sorry. She did it once and she did it again. Absolutely bonkers. And whoever believes now that the WWE is ditching PG, get it wrong. We did this 2 years ago. They're never going to ditch PG because they've got all these sponsors. The crowds are there. So we could, it's just absolutely, I think WWE is here to stay in their format at this thing. But, I mean, whoever, but I want to meet, I mean, the people, she said, 12 to 14-year-old girls think she's an icon. Well, I'm sorry, but 12 to 14-year-olds can't fucking vote, can they?
No. How is she an icon?
Oh, she went round everybody, apparently, and she's going, oh, how good she's done with her life and what she done with WWE and brought herself up and everything like that. And then somebody turned around and went, yeah, Linda, this is the same woman who acted drugged up as the hell into a wheelchair at WrestleMania and then raised out of the wheelchair in a drugged up zombie state and then hit her husband in the balls.
And got tombstoned on a stage.
Yeah.
And let her son get his balls zapped by Kane.
Yep. And let her daughter slap her senseless in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
But yeah.
And watched her husband snog someone else, which is infidelity. Yeah, it's great.
But it's good, clean and wholesome.
Oh yeah.
What they wanted, it's good, clean and wholesome in America, boys. Yeah. Oh dear. But but Linda went, and that was all the things that we could say. But thanks for everyone for joining us tonight. It's all for a good night. Tonight is a special night for wrestling because as I said to Nixy last week, and we've been saying it for the last few weeks, tonight is the 15th to the day. 15 years ago today was the Montreal Screwjob. Now, I know what I was doing 15 years ago. Oh my God, we've got the real heat, LJ Heron. Oh my God, we have got the House of Pain Wrestling World Champion in our chat room at this moment. Mr. LJ Heron is in our chat room. Nixie, that is the champion of House of Pain, by the way. He's in our chat room now.
Oh, I can see him. Hello.
Yep, that's the House of Pain champion. Woo!
House of Pain.
Yep, House of Pain.
House of Pain forever.
Right, instead of going on with the more memories and stuff, we'll get to the House of Pain stuff now. Now, this is a big week because they're announcing some more fights and everything that's happening at the Ill Manors. But also, bigger than that, is we've got House of Pain Wrestling have got a show happening on the week before. I think it's the 25th. I think it's the 25th of November or something like that. And but I'll just check because I've got to do the events anyway over the next few weeks and stuff. But I've got to do. I've got 24 events on my diary now. Everybody's saying, well, welcome LJ. Right, tomorrow we'll get the events out of the way and then we'll go on to some of the things. Right, so tomorrow, live at 6:30. Live at 6:30, we have at the Delphix Club, Sudbury, Suffolk. We have Alpha Female versus Dynamite Queen Nikki Storm. We've got Angelina Love taking on Carmel Jacob with Sarah Marie Taylor. We've got Portugal's Perfect Athlete Shanna versus Janie Britannico. And other things, we've got Pro Wrestling Eve returns to the live internet pay-per-view. We've got the rematch Nikki Storm versus the Alpha Female. And we've also, who else we got? Angelina Love's taking on that one again. We've also got, what else we got here? Let's have a look here. If you go to www.evewrestling.com/events, you can get everything in contact about the internet and everything like that. We also announced that they've got Chantal Taylor, otherwise known as Taylor Wilde. She's going to be wrestling. So, we've got that. They've got that as well. But it's an all-female internet thing. What the hell is Daz just put in our chat room? What's that? That's cool. Know. Oh dear. And then we've got all that, and Evan Angel's on the swing. Janie Beatrix done. Super Jenny. We've got all these things happening at Pro Wrestling Eve tomorrow. Doors open up for 6. First bell is at 7. Tickets £20 at front row admission, £10 general admissions, £5 for concessions, and 18 quid for the family of 4. Kids go free when accompanied by a full paying adult. There you go. That's happening tomorrow. Oh, Mr. Mac is back. The Mac are back. He's back in thing. But we've got that. That's Pro Wrestling Eve tomorrow, 6:30. We've also got Pro Evolution Wrestling happening in Ross-on-Wye in Herefordshire at the Lorapoo Perez Centre, Grammar School Close. Pro Wrestling Evil Wrestling comes to Ross-on-Wye with high-hitting flash action for all the family. That's all the details I've got at the moment. And so they've got that happening tomorrow in Ross-on-Wye. And, well, where is it? House of Pain Wrestling is on the 25th of November, Off Limits. Off Limits 2. We've got what we've got here? Oh, we've got the public events here. We've got the Predators are going to be on the show. The Heat himself, LJ Heaven, is going to be taking on an opponent that's on the poster. I'm trying to get the name here and I can't see the bloody name. But he's taking on a McNair to defending his House of Pain World title. So that one. And then on the 30th of November, the big one, Southside Wrestling versus House of Pain Wrestling, Ill Manners in Nottingham, the home of House of Pain. SSC Supreme. Right, thank you very much, Mr. LJ. Right, 30th of November, 7:30 at night, Westcliff Arena, Nottingham. SWE versus the House of Pain. International match, Prince Devitt versus Michael Eglin. Last man standing for the title, Sticks, all hail to the boss. Versus Mark Haskins. He's going to get his head kicked in, isn't he, Haskins? He's going down. There's no way. Have you seen what he's saying in chat room? What do I know? I'm only the champ. Excellent. We've got the Predators are taking on the Hunter Brothers. We've got Madman Manson versus SC Supreme. They're taking as well. We've got, that's going to be a dream match. But Haskins versus Sticks and the last man standing. Haskins is going to get owned. He's going to get his ass kicked. if he's not even going to get done by Sticks, he's going to get his ass kicked by the voice of British wrestling himself, Mr. Harvey Dale. Not Rob Maltman is the voice of British wrestling.
No, Rob Maltman.
Because when Harvey Dale speaks, even bacteria stop and listen. Right? This guy could make bacteria get noticed. He is... Harvey Dale is the future of that. 18th of November, Future Shock 63. We've got GBW Carnage number 5 taping live event up on the 18th of November at the Mill Pond Stadium, Wakefield Road, Featherstone. And we've got that happening, but you've got loads and loads of events. I'll go through everything on later for the whole of November, and we'll get that up soon. Got loads of things in December as well. We've got Elite British Wrestling in December with their Winter Wars on December the 1st. I can't go to that because I'm going to hunt in them because Colt Cabana's on in my hometown, and there is no way in hell I'm missing that one because I'm going after an autograph and a picture because he's gonna autograph my CM Punk DVD. He doesn't know it yet, but he is. He's going to autograph it. I know it is going to be nice of him, and especially it's between me and Rob who we can get on the show. But Southside versus House of Pain, that's going to be the big one for November. It's Rob last night, Maltman last night, he was just going on about Southside Wrestling's done this, Southside Wrestling's done that, Southside Wrestling's done this. With the exception of Robbie X, every title in Southside Wrestling is held by House of Pain wrestlers. I mean, if Southside was so good and everything, why has none of their wrestlers got the title? They've just got a 17-year-old Grange Hill wannabe as their speaking title at the moment. He's just, I mean, he's only holding it until Max Angelus cashes in Money in the Bank, and then he's going to take it over, and then it's a House of Pain sweep. Because there's nobody out there to beat the Predators. Nobody. No, Joseph Connors and Paul Mayer. There is no one out there capable of beating the Predators. End of story. And anybody who dreams of beating Sticks better wake up and apologise. There's no way. Nobody can beat Sticks. The man's a monster. And also, yes, who could forget, Revolution Pro Wrestling next week in St Ives in Cambridgeshire. Because they've also got their Project Eagle taking on some of the guys as well. This Tajiri's there, and I'm not because I'm in Sheffield. So I'm missing it, and I am not bleeding happy. I'm going to miss that show as well. I couldn't believe it. The only time we get the time we get wrestling where I live and everything, and I can go. But where am I? I'm at home in Sheffield visiting family. Not happening. It's not fair. But anyway, sad news, Nixy. This is really sad news, love. My mow is off. I have had to. Amazing Jenzeric. Nah, some right names in there now. We're getting getting some right cracking names in our chat room. Nice to see some old names and some new names as well. The mole has gone. I've had to get rid of the mole. The mole has come off my lip. It is no more. I can't grow a mole, so end of the story. And but that's the end of the story for that one, because literally I had the job interview today, so the mole had to go.
Oh.
So it is no more. So I'm sorry to say, but the mole is gone.
Do you have much of one anyway?
Did I shit? Bleeding watercress grows faster than stuff on my top lip. It's stupid. I just had a little bit. I get a stub. I shave once a week if I can be bothered. A tin of shaving foam lasts me a year. Right? Absolutely true. My wife shaves her legs more than I shave my lips. That's all I'm saying about that. That sounded so wrong, didn't it? That sounded so wrong. Anyway. Now. Yes, Sheffield rules. It's #1 city in Yorkshire. By a Sullivan of Mike. There's nobody to touch it. But anyway. So, Raw. Let's get Raw out of the way. What did you think?
The crowd made it, didn't they?
Yeah.
We've mentioned it, but it's the most I've seen a crowd involved in months. And it made you, even though it probably wasn't the best show, it made you more engaged in it than anything. Made a change.
I nearly threw my phone across the room when I saw the set. That's all I'm going to say.
Alright, apart from that, you hated that.
I speak Yorkshire, amazing, if that helps. And you guys speak a foreign language. I speak Yorkshire. That's a foreign language to most people in this country. Well, if you can understand Yorkshire, you can understand anything. Or even worse, if you can understand Barnsley people, you can understand anybody. Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm not moaning at you.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, it's that Dr. Pepper.
You've got a heavyweight champion in the room, and you burp.
I know, I do apologise.
Have you no decorum?
Oh, give me a break, for God's sake. It's just my fault. I'm not going to drink again, then, fair enough. I'm not going to
Don't drink, just sit there and don't... Have water, that's what I've got.
Oh, yes, well, I'm 43 years old and I'm going to drink water. Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, let's get back. Raw. Bleeding phone box and a bleeding taxi on stage. I asked you. As soon as I saw it, I went, oh my God. It's 10 years now, nearly. It's 10 years with nearly the same bleeding set. Surely, to Christ's sake, there's somebody in WWE can... It's boards of ads now. We've got ads up here. Oh, sorry about that. I just think that... it's just... I just think, well... To me, that set is just so bad now and everything. Yeah, you don't know it's England without a black cabin phone. Yeah, but when was last time anybody saw a red phone box? When was last time anybody saw a red phone box in their town? I think it's absolutely shameful that... I mean, when was last time anybody used a public phone box? We've all got bleeding mobile phones.
Yeah.
Oh, there was no bus. There was no bus this time, was there? The bus.
No, there wasn't a bus.
See?
No.
We got 2 out of 3. We got rid of the bus, mainly because I don't think the bus would fit on that stage. But surely somebody's going to tell them. But there's a WWE UK department, and surely they must know up to date things. I think the funniest thing of Raw was a friend in America saying, "Do you lot over there in England really say fancy a pint? Do you lot really say fancy a pint?" It's just crazy. And I was like, yeah, we do say fancy a pint. Because why don't you say, like, let's go and get rat house, let's go and get sloshed, let's go and get hammered. I said, no, we fancy a pint, and then we go to a pub. And then we get sloshed. But it's just one of them things. I mean, Raw was simple. I mean, I love the fact that why is CM Punk now gone to being some kind of character person? A funny guy when he's not, but we'll see. We'll see. He's still there, though?
Yeah.
All right. But what do you think? I mean, oh, God, Brad Maddox. What is going on with that? Oh, it was nothing to do with me. Do you believe that?
But how can it not be anything to do with him? He did it.
Yeah, but do you believe this is going to go with somewhere like CM Punk and Heyman did it?
Oh, it probably was then.
I don't know, guess 720. 7-2000. I don't know where the pipe bunker was. It should be about somewhere. Hopefully someday.
Yeah. Kind of miss them invading us.
I know, but yeah, I miss everybody. At least you please don't talk about One Direction. No, we don't. No, we just want to wrestling. We don't do One Direction here. We talk wrestling. We do his best to talk wrestling.
We can talk about tying into a stake and using them as guy forks next year, though, if you want. Setting fire to them all. That'd be nice.
And, yeah, it'd be even better like that. Was AJ, what was that scowl of AJ's this week? I mean, she looked like she was going to burst through the screen and just kick somebody's ass.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Can I tell you a funny story what I've done on WWE 13?
Oh, God, what?
If anybody's got WWE 13, then do this, and this is going to be so funny. When it says you can create entrances, get Kane from 1998-99 and get him doing it to AJ music at her entrance and watch it. Because it's the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. Because all of a sudden you hear, light it up, and you see Kane in his big blackout, big red machine, everything, skipping down the ring and skipping all the way around it. It's the funniest thing in the world. That, and also Mark Henry doing a Sin Cara entrance is funny as well. because that's even better. Watching Mark Henry doing a Sin Cara entrance, and Sheffield will kick Leeds' ass any day of the bleeding week. But I have created Rob Moultman on the WWE 13, so I can kick his ass every single time. I have also created Mr. Chris Travis, you know, Sheffield Wednesday fan. Oh yeah, get in there. But yeah, Winter did his character. It took him 2.5 hours to do his character and his PS3 throws, so he lost the whole lot.
Oh.
He nearly threw the thing through the wall. But WWE 13 is great. It's a great game. Great characters. I'm doing British wrestlers. I'm going to do El Ligero, Sticks, the Heat LJ Heaven. I'm going to do him as well. I'm going to do all the things I can find and get it all going. And it's going to be a real cool thing. And WWE 13 is a real good game and everything. So if anybody wants to add me on PS3, add me. Dinos SWFC is there. You can join us on having a battle, and we can all have a things. And well, I might do Nemesis one day soon, but you never know. I'll find everybody's spot. I've downloaded Ultimate Warrior and Sting last night, but I did Sting from the 90s. Knows when he was the Crow from WCW when he looked cool. So I've done that. Yes, that's correct. And so. But yeah, I think it's a cracking game, and I've got to buy it on Xbox as well, so I've got to own the same game on both consoles. So everybody's going to be fair with me then, because I've got too many people asking me for the PS3, and I've also got so many people asking me for the 360 as well. And because I'm fortunate to own both, I'm going to do it.
That is funny.
Oh.
That is funny. I've just found the video of Mark Henry doing Sin Cara's theme. And it is quite funny. The thought of him running that fast down the ramp is funny enough.
I'll put the video of my Kane doing AJ. I will do the AJ one. And
the Godfather does Sin Cara entrance. That's another one.
Yeah. Well, I'll do Kane with the AJ one because that's great. Watching Kane, watching the Attitude Kane skip all around. All you peeps, yes. Well, all of us peeps British. Well, I am. And Nixy is, and most of us in the chat room is. So yeah, British Wrestling Radio. Seamus is Irish. Oh yeah, I forgot that one. I can forget. Ace's not, and Winter's not British, but they're from the overseas. So we're getting bigger and bigger. Italian. Wow, we got an Italian person. It's free. Yeah, it's free. Free on online. So I'm gonna kick. I've been challenged by Vendetta. I've created a British Wrestling Radio arena. That's done. That's been uploaded. So you just search for. I'm gonna put it in the chat room now. If you want that, the BWR arena is there. There's also his logo is there. So we're all there at the moment on PS3. Let's see. Yeah, the end one. Now, let's get to his memory slot. 15 years ago today, what was your memories of it? The Montreal screw job.
I wouldn't have heard about it at this age. I was too young.
Yeah?
I was too young. Probably my nan was still, you're going to laugh, but probably my nan was still watching wrestling. I think she was still alive in 97. So she would still have been watching it at that time. She might have known about it. But I was like 7, 8 years old.
I was 28. I was 28 and I was watching it. I'd just broken up with my girlfriend, my long-term girlfriend, so I was down in the dumps. And then I watched the Survivor Series. My first impressions was, I've got to watch Raw. And in them days, you had to wait till Friday night for Raw. You couldn't watch it on the live. You had to wait till Friday night to watch it. And then you saw this thing with McMahon saying Brett screwed Brett and everything. And that's the only time when I thought, hold on a minute, what happened? And I had to rewatch it again because I thought it was a part of the act. I didn't realise everything what was going on with McMahon ringing the bell. And Earl Hebner calling to see the shout of the bell and not screwing Brett over. I didn't hear anything about it. It was just the fact that the screw job just happened and everything that came out afterwards And it was like, whoa, hold on a minute, what the bloody hell happened here? Did I miss something now? Did I miss something here? And I ended up watching Survivor Series about 3-4 times, and just seeing the one scene that does it for me is Brett doing the famous WCW sign in Canada, at the end of the pay-per-view, when he did WCW in the air, and he did the screw job, and I thought that was that, but I didn't even know. I heard the rumours that he was going to WCW. This is in before all the internet things and everything like that. The internet was in its privacy, in its little infancy days, weren't it?
Yeah.
And just watching Sky Sports and just thinking, wow. I mean, the pay-per-view itself was all right. I loved it. It just because you had the debut of Kane on the pay-per-view. You had Kane versus Mankind. And the only reason I know that match is because it's on WWE 13. You could play as you've got to be Mankind and beat Kane. Kane's got to beat Mankind. That's the only reason I know. Yeah, but I think Brett was on it, and when you hear everything about the behind the scenes now, so what's your take on all the behind the scenes crap? Can you imagine it being part of that lot at the time when Brett was saying, "I am not going to drop the belt. I am keeping the belt," and they all decided to come up with a scheme to get rid of the belt with Brett, when you had Triple H saying, "You know what? F him. If he ain't going to do business, we're going to do business for him," and screwing Brett. So now my question is this: would it have happened the same way if the roles had been reversed? If Shawn Michaels was the one where it was the Brett situation.
How are things between Brett and Vince at that time, though?
No, that's the thing. I mean, Vince was saying to Brett that he's got to leave the company because they were getting their arse kicked with WCW then, weren't they? They was in the full thing of being ass kicked and everything by Monday Night Wars. WCW was murdering them in the ratings. NWO was at its highest. It was at its thing. And WWE was just second place for everything, and then we didn't know the proper. We've heard both sides of it now, but saying that Brett said he's got to go to WCW because he wants to help him out of the financial situation he's put him in, and you just heard so many things that, I guess I just said it. Vince negotiated Brett's contract for Brett. So he got. I mean, the contract was famous because it was 150 dates a year, and he was paid something like $3 million a year for 5 years or 3 years, and it was 150 dates. So you're talking like 3 times a week wrestling, and you had the dates and everything. But WCW then decided not to keep Brett off of TV for 6 months instead of doing it when it's hot. Yes, yes, Ant. I think I've got a good idea. Yes, say hello, Ant. Yeah. But Brett is the Brett Shawn. If we let's do it this way. Let's do it in this scenario. Shawn's the champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett is challenging him. Shawn's leaving the company. Right? Would Brett have done what Shawn did? If you take everything what Brett's about, with all his integrity and everything he said with the wrestlers, and he said he would never do this, do you honestly think that Brett would have screwed Shawn Michaels over in the middle of the ring at Survivor Series?
I don't know. I can't say he would have.
I think he would have done. Because at that time, I think Brett might have done it because if he'd have known that Shawn was leaving and he wasn't prepared, I do think Brett would have done it. I think Brett's one of these people that's like, he's great manipulative and he's great at getting people to bend to his thinking. I mean, he's the only guy I know that got booed in America but got cheered everywhere else in the world. And the Heart Foundation and everything. It's I think that Brett was I do believe Brett would have done it. I reckon Brett would have screwed Shawn over, especially if it had been in Canada. especially with the Survivor Series being in Montreal. I think he would have done it.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. But now the next one is this is a good one for you. What if the Montreal Screwjob never happened? If they just wrestled as it was supposed to, Brett was supposed to win in Montreal, and the Screwjob never happened. Well, how did you see the wrestling industry going if Brett had stayed in the WWE? Can you imagine that? Brett in the Attitude Era.
Oh, it would have changed a lot, wouldn't it?
I think we would have never seen Austin. I think Austin might have been one of the top players, but I don't think we'd have seen Austin in these WrestleMania things as many as we saw it. Like when we had Austin versus The Rock and Austin versus Michaels and all the other main events we had, WrestleMania 14, 15, 16, 17. I think Brett would have just been crazy.
They may well have lost them. Could have lost the Monday Night War from it because Austin really boosted that, didn't he? He was a key in them beating the horse load of shit that's WCW. But
I think when you're looking back at it now, I mean Brett. Well, look who left the WWF when the Screwjob happened. Brett left. Anvil left. I think he left a couple of weeks later. Bulldog bought his own contract out of the
company.
He bought his own contract out of WWF, joined Brett in WCW, and he was going to take Owen, but Vince was going to sue Brett for something as long as he'd drop all the charges against Brett if he let Owen stay with the company, and Brett just said, okay, fair enough. Owen just couldn't get out of it, so Owen had to stay. But if Owen, do you know what it does me? If Owen
had gone, he would still be alive. Exactly,
that's the thing. It's crazy, isn't it?
But at the same time, if that hadn't have happened, would Brett have been would Owen have been doing anything different at the time?
Never know. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
I think Owen would always have been the good person with these matches and everything. I think Owen would have been the same as Perfect and Rick Rude and all these guys that would never been given the title, but they were good enough to be part of the scene, the top workers. But it's absolutely true. I mean, if anybody's got their thoughts and everything on the Screwjob, give us a call. 01223 911 822. Give us a ring and give us your side of everything. Love to hear from you. But I hope everyone's enjoying yourselves this little go through memory time, and with House of Pain Radio, and we're doing ourselves proud. Yeah. But it's like you said. I mean, Brett went and ended up concussed. Shawn went on to do WrestleMania 14 with a bad back. It's amazing how their careers similarly went on. Do you remember with everything about it? So, end of the day, Brett was Brett, and Shawn was always a good soldier. He would never. He'd do whatever Vince told him to do. He'd do it, really, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I think it was like, yes, I'll do it. He wouldn't like it, but he'd do it. But anyway, and in the chat room we've got this thing at this moment saying Leeds v Sheffield. Right now, Leeds. Yeah, whatever. Sheffield, Chris Travis, Senomo. What can I say? Leeds can't lace Travis's boots. It's absolutely crazy. But it's just one of them days. I mean, what can you say? I think Brett with the Screwjob, it's also always gonna be, and it's always going to be there. It's going to be, everyone's going to talk about it. I can't believe it's 15 years. I really, really can't. It's 15 years ago today. That's the biggest talking point in wrestling. And inside the ropes, I've got Earl Hebner on next week. They had Brett's ex-wife Julie on last week, and I think they've got Earl Hebner on this week. So you'll be able to talk to the guy that actually did the screw jobbing, the screwing himself.
He did a lot of screwing in WWE though, didn't he?
Yeah, hello, man. How you doing, mate? But I think Earl. Well, look at it from this point. Earl said to Brett, "I've got your back. I would never ever do it to screw you over." And what do you know? He did. Nixy, can you take over for a couple of minutes? I've just got to go and disappear for about 2 minutes. Can you just talk about?
Oh God, why do you need a fart?
No, I just need to disappear for about 60 seconds. That's all.
Can you just talk about?
Yeah, I'll just do the Raw thing if you want. Just talk about your feelings on Raw WWE at the moment, if you want. Is that all right?
Yeah, or someone can give me something to talk about.
Here's something. Well, what do you reckon with Divas? AJ winning the title and then having to give it back. There you go.
Oh, that was never gonna last, though, was it?
Right, I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. You talk about that. Go on.
That was never gonna last because it's all. But then, you know what annoys me? Sorry, I'm gonna rant at you lot now for a few minutes. You know what annoys me is that WWE giving it large, all about this stupid anti-bullying campaign. I'll be really frank, you're never going to end bullying. It's going to be there. But what's annoying is wrestling shows are based on one character bullying another one. So how does that work? How are you going to beat a bully campaign when the acting head is bullying someone and doing something like it? It just makes no sense. They're contradicting everything that they're standing for. And it really, really makes me angry. I had a go at Dean with that the other day. Vince is the worst. Vince picks on people chronically, and everybody knows about it. It's all been so well said, and yet he gets away with it, and yet he's saying, "Oh, let's beat bullying. Let's be a star now." You're never going to stop it, mate. You're starting it. What did I think of Raw? The crowd made it. If that was a show in America, and no offence, Lance, if that was a show in the States, we wouldn't have had half the excitement we did if it wasn't for that Birmingham crowd. Because we are the British, and we're the best crowds in the world. Right. We are better over here. Even, you know what was the best bit? Cena got booed. Cena got booed. That was amazing. That was, it was amazing. It was a proper, we hate you because you're useless. Yes, we do hate Cena, Danny. He is useless. I don't know, and I would think maybe, I don't know, people want to think of SummerSlam. Sheamus, I've got to give it to Cena though. He took the piss out of himself this week. I've got to give him that. He owns that little one remark for just taking the piss out of his own self.
You there? I'm back now. You alright?
So, yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I think I've had a go at everyone enough now.
No. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, guys, everybody. Call of Nature got took short. So, there we go. I didn't fart. No, I didn't.
You probably did.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't fart. I wish I did. I wouldn't have gone where I went, but there we go. But no, anyway, get back to wrestling. It's not called British Fighting Radio. It's called House of Pain Wrestling Radio.
It is. I was just putting a point across. You know what I said about being a star and all that shit?
Yeah.
I made my point about that.
You do right. I mean, everything's... I didn't have to go out of the room to fart. Shut it.
You did.
No, I didn't. I can fart in any room I want in my house. Get off the farting subject. Jeez, it's almost as bad as that other station going on about measuring dicks, for God's sake. But I'm not going there. Not going there. No way. Ramona was quick. But it's this thing. I did not. What do you mean? I took a what? No way. No way! How dare you? Ace, I'm gonna boot you out of the room for saying that, man. Oh.
You do know apparently there's an app called iPoo or something like that, don't you?
Oh, dear me. If you want to get in contact with us, ring us now on, here we go, put in the chat room. 223-911-822. There you go, ring that, or come up and give us a call on Skype. Dino.Mitchell. on Skype and join us. You can do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, got an apology off Acer now. But everything's cool. Don't worry about it. Now, anyway, get back. This Congress thing with WWE. Have you heard the latest? They want to make this with this network thing they're coming out with now.
Oh,
they want to make it a pay subscription thing. They're going to see if they can make it.
Going to go down like comets going down.
Yeah. Do you really think it's never going to get off the ground?
No, not something like that. Not with the recession. No,
it's I think what you guys think in chat room? Do you think the WWE network's ever going to get off the ground at all? To me, it's nah. I think it's just a pipe dream. It's going to be another one like the XFL and the WBF and stuff like that. But it's just one of them things. Oh, hello. Hello, I know who this is. Hello, Mr. McKenna. How are you?
I'm alright, Mr. Mitchell. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Long time no see. No here. How are you doing these days?
I'm alright. I'm alright. With regards to the pipe bomb, that's an interview for another time.
Yeah.
But that one will rock your socks.
I bet it will. So
anyway.
Go on.
So, listening to the show, fucking loving it as always, mate.
Cheers, right. Thank you very much.
Rolling down the card, so to speak, and review as always. And something's not been mentioned yet. One of the best colour commentators is back in Beyond Bracknell Layfield.
Yeah, JBL's back. Yeah, full time. Yeah, it's SmackDown, isn't it?
This is a guy who mentions wrestling history, wrestling archives. He's a proper student of the game, and any wrestling fan who's worth his salt needs to listen to every word JBL says.
Yeah, he does earn his spots. He does earn his mark and everything. So
yeah,
I'm glad
I'm absolutely delighted he's got a full-time contract. WWE Network, yeah, whatever. We're British. We'll download the stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Linda McMahon pissing $90 million up the wall. I think Vince and Triple H's faces tell all the story.
I love that photo.
Yeah. Yeah, can you see it going?
Yeah, like that going. There goes 5 years of Paul Heyman's fucking contract.
Yeah. Do you think now they're gonna? Do you think that everybody knows now that the releases are gonna come now any day now? We're waiting for it any day. Do you think?
I reckon after Christmas. I don't think even Vince is that cruel to let people go before Christmas.
I think he's gonna do it. They're saying it now. It's any day now that the releases are coming. They're gonna be coming now at any second now. They just waited. They waited for this campaign to be over. And now it's going to happen any day now. Who do you think, off the top of your head, who do you think will get the push?
Jack Swagger's first, unfortunately.
Yeah. JTG?
Swagger's going to go. JTG's well gone.
Yeah. Santino?
Yeah, let's future endeavour him. I mean, it's one of those. If you don't speak out against Vince and Steph and John Paul Levesque, you're in. If you open your mouth, you're gone. If you don't open your mouth, you're in.
Yeah. We saw that they did that famous conversation this year when they said, who doesn't like the situation that they're in this moment? And Zack Ryder stood up.
It's one of those, if you open your mouth publicly, you're gone. If you keep your mouth shut, you're not. I mean, unfortunately, Mrs. Swagger's fucking opened their mouth. So there's Jackie Boy gone.
Yeah.
The rest of them, I mean, the rumours going around, Cena was the one who pulled Vince up and went, you're out of touch and this, that and the other. Cena's safe as houses. He's in a position he can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, for me, the attitude still stands where as long as TNA are not a Nielsen rating threat, Vince won't change shit.
Yeah.
Right now, unfortunately, Linda's lost the election, but until TNA, what are TNA going to do? 2 years of Storm v. Rude? Because I put it on my Facebook, Storm v. Rude for me was the US match of the year.
Definitely.
Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I mean, King Mo's reaction when both of them were bleeding wasn't a kayfabe one, it was a, what the fuck are these two doing? King Mo turned up to that situation going, yeah, it's choreographed, it's fake, it's this, it's that. James Storm is bleeding like a stuck pig. Robert Roode threw himself off the second turnbuckle into them, you know, them drawing pins.
Yeah.
I refuse to call them thumbtacks. They're not the drawing pins.
Yeah, drawing pins. Yeah.
You know, but King Mo was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
you know,
it's like that. Same here. I think TNA have got to look at themselves. What do you reckon when it's 8s and 8s?
I think now they're starting to. This was a 12-month storyline. They're starting to compact. They did the slow burn. It was all good. Even getting revealed. My God! Even as a smart mark, I didn't see that one coming.
No, I think no one saw Devon.
And now Luke Gallows has been revealed. You watch in the next few weeks. They'll all reveal themselves. And
yeah, well, we know that Mike Knox is another member. Mike Knox is a member of the Aces and Eights.
But, I mean, the thing I like about this is I still don't know who the lead guy is.
No.
I do expect Vince to pull the fucking hood off his cowl and go, it's me all along, Dustin. It's me all along.
What about this? Somebody said in America last night, wouldn't it be funny if it was Bubba the Love Sponge that was the leader of the Aces and Eights?
What if it was Bubba's wife?
Yeah, because the Hulk situation with the sex tape with Hulk. Wouldn't it be funny if the leader of the Aces and Eights turned out to be Bubba the Love Sponge?
Could you imagine if this whole sex tape was just a fucking swerve?
Yes and no. I mean, everybody's seen it.
It's not, but could you imagine? Imagine if Hogan, Bubba's wife were in it all along.
Oh dear. He's not even worth it, I think.
Welcome to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
On a personal point, and I missed the start of the show, Deano and Nixy, so I do apologise. Adrian McCallum is fighting his last matches in the next month. And fair play to the whole British wrestling community who've given this man creative control.
Yeah. I think
and not the Bret Hart Montreal Screwjob kind of way.
Yeah.
It's on who do you want to pick, and Adrian McCallum, if you don't know who he is, Lionheart.
I know.
He has picked and handpicked the guys he was going to wrestle his last matches with. And from what I've heard and what I've seen and what I'm reading, he's putting them all over.
Yeah. He did it. I saw him in Huntingdon. I saw him in Huntingdon this year, where he was walking around the ring.
I mean, I don't think it's too much of a comparison to say he's kind of our Randy Savage.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
this guy can make every person across the ring look £1 million.
Yeah.
He's never had. He earned his spurs. He's earned his stripes, and he doesn't have to put a single person over.
No.
And again, I don't know about you, mate. I don't know about the people in the chat room, and I don't know about Nixy herself. But I don't think I'm doing Adrian McCallum that much of a disservice to turn around and say he's the British version of our Randy Savage.
Yeah. He's definitely done he's definitely tread the boards, and he deserves everybody's best wishes for whatever he does in the future. Because he's leaving a big hole.
Tomorrow, if he turns up in the States tomorrow, he'll all face off sheer the arse off him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those. But the British scene, anyone who's in the chat room, I cannot speak out enough. Get behind this.
Yeah.
Because while WWE and TNA and Ring of Honor are floundering, just get closer to home. Most people in the UK are no less than 20 miles from a show.
No, I know that.
Go, bloody enjoy it.
Well, it's the best of it because everybody's out there. We're doing our own thing. We're trying to promote as many as we can, and I know everybody's doing their own little bits. I think tonight at Preston was a great night as well. It must have been the first one.
I've heard that. I mean, I've heard that. Unfortunately, family reasons, I can't go.
Yeah, I think it's the first Preston event in about 3-4 months that Travis has not dislocated his shoulder at.
So, my God, what a guy! He's dislocated his shoulder a couple of times, and
yeah, he's still got. Yeah. I saw him in August when it was. Yeah. He was in the main event for Southside, and the night before, me and Rob was there, and this woman said, "Oh yeah, Travis dislocated his shoulder last night," and I went, "You what?" She went, he dislocated his shoulder, he got it put back in the ring, and now he's in here tonight in the main event. And I talked to him afterwards, and I says, what are you doing? He says, a main event? I'm not going to turn this down.
The night he dislocated his shoulder, I spoke to him, and I was like, you alright? And he went, no. And I was like, and he went, yeah, but Wednesday I'll win tomorrow. I just called him to see you next Tuesday, and we were on our separate ways, and, you know, as always. Yeah. I mean, you know, but again, you know, Jesus, guys, get behind your British scene. You know, I'm not being funny. It won't be long before you're not seeing Noam Dar live. You're going to be seeing Noam Dar on tape delay on Challenge. Yeah. Or you're going to see Noam Dar on Superstars or this or that or the other. And this is a guy in Noam Dar, seriously, you know, this is a guy who's fought AJ Styles. He fought Jerry Lynn. You know, and he's on the verge. You know, he's on the verge of superstardom.
And he's only 18, 19, isn't he? He's only young.
Yeah, that's it.
Crazy. And he's such a nice kid. He was such a gentleman afterwards. And I just said to him hunting, and I said, it was really, really nice pleasure watching you wrestle. And he went, oh, thank you very much. He said, did you enjoy it? And I went, I bloody did. I thought it was good.
I mean, you know, I saw Noam Dar at PCW fight Dave Mastiff. You can't get two polar opposites.
No.
And at the end of the match, you know, I mean, I'm no Vince McMahon. I'm no Vince Russo. I'm nothing. I'm a wrestling fan like yourself, Dean.
Yeah.
Who's gone around the block, and we've seen a good few matches. And to have an 18, 19-year-old superstar, let's not lie, he's a superstar like Noam Dar. So what did you think?
He's had one hell of a year, though. I mean, he's wrestled AJ Styles. He's done Lionheart. He's done Jerry Lynn. What else has he wrestled this year? He's done all the big names that's come over here. I think he's doing John Morrison, isn't he? In 4 weeks.
He is, yeah, PCW. I mean, I think it's Lionheart's last match.
Yeah.
With Martin Kirby. Guys, if you can't get down to Preston, buy the Blu-ray, buy the DVD, trust me.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to see Adrian McCallum in a British ring again.
I mean, the guy Lionheart, he's a top lad. I mean, I've begged him to come on it. I have actually begged him and getting him on.
He will. I mean, last year, when he was still on the pipe bomb, we voted him and Travis was our match of the year for 2011.
Yeah.
Plus the British match of the year so far, it's Takawa against Legado.
Yes, it's going to be a good one. I mean, we are going to be a poorer place for not having people like Lionheart. I mean, this year alone, we've lost Sean the Hammer Davis, and now we've got
well, I mean, mate, I'm not being funny off radio. Me and you'll chat about that one with Sean Davis.
Yeah.
I think we both know the reasons why.
Yeah.
With Sean the Hammer Davis.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, all being well, you know, when Adrian McCallum gets out of the ring, there's going to be a whole plethora of wrestlers. And if there's anyone listening to this show tonight, mate, who wants to aspire to be a wrestler, get your backside up to Scotland, get into Adrian McCallum's fucking, you know, get into his gym, get into his training sessions, go, I want to learn.
Yeah, definitely. I'd go.
I'm going to let you go. I'm going to carry on listening as a fan as always, mate. Again, I'll chat to you off the reasons I haven't been around.
No worries, mate.
I promise, mate. You know, I'm made up. This is still going. It's still going strong. Nixy, God bless you. You keep chatting about 2010 onwards.
I'm not further back than that.
Yeah, she's got a.
Oh, she had a nap then. No, guys, it's a brilliant show as always. I'm glad I'm tuning back in, and I mean, Reds, Brandy, just seriously get in touch, find out what Lionheart's doing, and learn everything from him, from how to set up a ring, how to be a manager, be a ref, but just get every little last drop of knowledge out of Adrian McCallum, because he's forgotten more than me and Dean will ever know.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not saying that as a slight on you, Dino, because we both know that's the truth. Yeah. Adrian McCallum has probably already forgotten more than me and you will ever know.
Definitely. Most likely, yeah.
So, listen, I'm going to listen into the rest of the show.
Okay, mate.
Glad of ringing, glad I've not invaded pipe bomb style.
No, you did great.
Not my style anymore, but mate, that's an interview for another time.
Okay, you take care.
And you. Right. Enjoy the rest of the night, guys. Good night.
Yeah, bye-bye. Good night. That was cool. That's Anthony McKenna. Old Ant from the pipe bomb guys, from the ex-pipe bomb. But yeah, I've got my story about Adrian McCallum, and I've said it quite a few times. But you've heard me say about it, haven't you? The famous incident at Huntingdon with Lionheart. For those who don't know it, it was funny. Lionheart was walking around the ring, and was walking around the ring, and he took a swig of his water, and he decided to spit it over the crowd. Now at Huntingdon, there was one row with people down the sides of the ring, not at the front of the back, but at the sides. It was one row, and Rob Moultman was at the other side when he saw this, and I saw this, and Lionheart just spat all his water all over these people. Now, the thing that did me was the one kid got blind. This kid got spat on with his eye. He started bawling his eyes out, going, "Oh, I'm blind, I can't see. Oh, dear, oh my God, my eyes have gone," and all that. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, here we go. Now, Lionel's walking on again, and he spat it out, and this bloke was absolutely shit-faced, completely out of his head, stands up, and he's going to hit Lionheart, and I'm like, oh my God. Me and Rob stand up, just go, oh no, please don't do this to us. Next minute, Lionheart's just stood there, and this bloke is going to hit him, and we're like, mate, just chill out, it's entertainment, it's all entertainment. This child goes, he's done that, I'm going to knock him out, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Next thing you know, cut a long story short, me and Rob are escorting this guy out of the arena, and they were going past everybody in the whole arena going, it's all part of the show, guys, it's all part of the show. And I've never ever shit myself so much in my life. It was oh dear. It was superb. But that's my story, Lionheart, and talk to him afterwards. Real respectful guy. Real respectful about the business and everything. But it's going to be a poor place when he goes. And he's doing his tour, and it's nearly coming to an end now. So if you've got the chance to see him in the next 4 or 5 weeks, do it. You won't be disappointed. But it's one of the things. I think British wrestling always has our heroes. We always have our superheroes, and we always will. But we're flying. We're keeping going there. It's now, well, bloody hell, it's 12:10. It's dragging tonight, isn't it? Dragging. It's one of them nights tonight. It's like, oh my, I think I've been going for about an hour and 45 minutes, and we've only been going an hour and 10. And I've had to go to the toilet halfway through. Do me bloody not here? Oh, God. Anyway, oh, yeah. I just want to say a big thank you to every person that's texted me and messaged me from about 2 o'clock onwards this afternoon. After 5 years of being in a job where I've been a casual member of staff, which is just literally when somebody rings you up and says, yeah, can you come in and take over when somebody's there? I finally got the job working there. I finally got myself a full-time job. Yay. The great news is I'm on a salary now. I can actually start planning to go to shows next year. I can actually do things. I can actually go places next year, over the next year now. The bad news is British Wrestling Radio or House of Pain Radio might be doing it on different days. Next week we're on Sunday at the usual time, 11. It's going to be a Survivor Series preview. And the following week, we're on a Sunday because I'm doing a shift at work, so I'm not going to be back. So that's going to be another Sunday. So the Sunday the 16th and the Sunday the 23rd we're going to be on Sunday nights. November the 30th is my little thing now. Is Nixy's going to see, who is it?
Ross Noble.
Ross Noble.
Yeah.
So she won't be here. So it's just going to be me and might be a guest host again.
Yeah.
Might ask Ross to come back on. Who knows? See what it's like. But
depends what time I get in. If I get in at 12, I'll come on for an hour. But
yeah. Okay.
It depends what time we're going to Hammersmith and back. So it depends what time Ross shuts up.
You're going to the Sweatbox. You're going to the original Sweatbox of Britain.
We're going to Hammersmith. That's all I know.
Yeah, Hammersmith. It's no air conditioning in it. I want to see Def Leppard there on 2006. Yeah, 2006. I want to see Def Leppard. Middle of June, 38 degrees. Inside there, 6 degrees. It was colder in a microwave oven. it was free, and Def Leppard rocked. So anyway, that's Def Leppard. See, Sheffield, name another bear. Yeah, Hammersmith. Yeah, get in there. Hammersmith, all happens. And
was that cold? Did you say, or hot?
It's free. It's hot. It's hot in there. There's no air conditioning. It's just a sweat fest. It just really is. It's a sweat fest.
Yeah, you know the band that I love that you don't like, In Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
Wembley Arena, last year, February, people were passing out around me because we were all crammed in the standing. People were passing out. Oh, God, that was wild, that.
You know, you want to hear some funny story? This is, I mean, we'll do wrestling, we're going back. Like, I took my wife to her first concert 10 years ago to see Korn. Like,
Korn are good.
Korn and Puddle of Mud. I like Korn. She likes Puddle of Mud. So we went to see him. We get to the front. First time in my life I've been at the front of a concert. I was enjoying myself, head banging away, long hair, the long blonde hair was banging. It was okay, it was going. And all of a sudden, my beautiful wife-to-be drops. And I looked, and I went, what's up with her? And she fainted. And the reason she fainted is she was trying to push against 10,000 people behind her because she couldn't breathe. And because she was pushing so much, she just lost all her energy. And so she collapsed.
Oh, God.
So she's not the lightest person in the world, is my wife. And we had to carry her over. And she got this bottle of water, what she caught from one of the support acts. She had it signed. And because I poured it all over her face, she went mental at me. She woke up and went, do you? She goes, well, so I went, here, go, love, have some water. So we're drinking it. She went, is this water what he got signed? And I went, yeah. She went, you fucking thing. That shouldn't have been used. And I'm like, oh, cheers, thanks a lot, bitch. I'm only trying to save your friggin' life, but no, I'll let you bleeding die in future. But I just, typical of my wife at concerts. The only woman that's ever called Slipknot her babies.
I don't like Slipknot, freak me out.
Yeah.
I've got an issue with their mask, so it goes back to childhood. So.
But, I mean, all my concerts I've been to, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Steel Panther. I'm a metalhead. And then there's on the side of the coin is I've seen Spice Girls 4 times in concert. Yeah. And I've seen all these other guys. Why?
I bet you're going to go and see the musical when it comes out, aren't you?
You bet your ass I'm going. I'm going to be there singing them all. I've still got my Spice Girls tour t-shirt. Don't even worry about that. Manchester 2000. I've still got it.
Oh, no. Why are you admitting this on live radio?
Because it's funny. And anyway, back to the wrestling side of things. I mean, Deano is the musical.
Oh, yes, that's not unfair.
Yeah, talking of which, next week when I go to Sheffield, this is the reason why we're not no show next Fridays. I'm going to Sheffield. I'm going home. I'm going to see my godsons. I'm hoping to see a lot of people I can do. Might come and see the NCWA guys if I can get time. I've got to know the fact that my family's got everything planned for me. From the moment I arrive to the moment I leave, all my family's got things planned for me. I'm hoping to get some free time. I'm going to see if I can go and see the NCWA guys up in there in Sheffield. It'd be great to see them and in person. Over the next few weeks, I've got to say a big thank you to a young gentleman called Brian Harris. I met this guy at the 2nd anniversary show a couple of weeks ago at Southside, and out of the kindness of his heart, free of charge, he sent me the CM Punk DVD. And I just want to say thank you, Brian. You've sent me another DVD which I've got to watch. I know it's wrestling that you said you were going to send me. You're a gentleman, you're a star, and I can't wait to see you at Huntingdon Show in 3-4 weeks with a Colt Cabana. It's going to be great to see you again, and I'm going to give you a present, so don't worry about it. Status with the Bulldog DVDs, I've watched 4. I've got
4 out of how many?
37.
Oh, God.
So I've got.
Take them to work.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Nixy, for saying to the entire world on national radio that I should take DVDs to work when I should be watching the cameras. Yeah, right. Thank you very much. Ha. And CM Punk fans has come out with a good question. Where do you think WrestleMania 30 should be held? Thinks we should be held at Wembley Stadium or the Olympic Stadium.
We go there.
Olympic Stadium or London. I don't care. As long as it's in the UK, I don't care. I didn't care, but it's not going to be in London. It's going to be somewhere in America where they've never been before. Don Valley Stadium. Yeah, I wish. Oh boy, I wish. What's the card for the Huntingdon show? We've got Colt Cabana, Sticks. Give me a sec. I'll find out for you and I'll announce it. I think they've announced a couple of things. Oh, Madman Manson and the Invisible Man versus the Predators for the titles. I know that's one. And so, when I know Sticks is taking on someone, I don't know who he's taking on. December. Seasons beatings, here we go. Here we go. Join us for Celebrate Christmas. Prince Devitt versus El Ligero. Mark Haskins versus MK McKinnon. That might be the title if Haskins wins, but I don't think so because is he gonna beat Sticks? Not a chance in that way. Colt Cabana from the Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor star Michael Eglin is also going to be there. You've got Sticks. Alpha Female is going to be on there as well. So you've got all these people that's going to be happening at the moment. So we're going to have a cracking time. And so there you go. That's the Southside one on the 1st of December and stuff. But oh, by the way, guys, if everybody sees in our chat room, we have got an honoured special guest in our chat room at this moment. Is the House of Pain wrestling champion of the world, the Heat, LJ Heron. He sat there with a star next to his name. That is the House of Pain wrestling champion. So see, he's a good lad, he's a good star, he's a cracking eye. This guy. This is him. I hope he's enjoying himself, listening to us and everything like that. He's an absolute cracker, and I got that on. I see signatures on a poster that lands, which is still coming, mate. I promise you, it's coming. I do I apologise most profusely in my house because it's not me. Why don't I have a star? Yeah, not yet. But we get going. Anyway, now TNA. Oh yeah, Twitter. Yeah, if you've got Twitter accounts, this is the thing with the chat room. If you've got a Twitter account, if you've got a Facebook account, you can plug it away and hide. You want to plug it? Fine. I'm not going to ban you. I'm not going to anything. This is your chat room. It's always been your chat room. Even when we had the trolls, even when we had the worst nights of our lives, it's always been your chat room. There you go. That's your Twitter account. Get them up. Put them up. Follow us. Follow them. Just follow who you want. They're all being followed by British Wrestling Radio. Because I can't change our name because we've got too many likes now on Facebook. If we had under 200 likes, we could change his name. We've got 625. Here we go. Look, they're all coming up near. Great, innit? See what we do. See which other wrestling show gives you stuff like this? British Wrestling Radio is the. I keep saying it, don't I? House of Pain Radio is the place to be. Well, at least for the next 3 weeks, anyway. With Rob Maltman doing the Southside sign. Voice of Wrestling. Oh yes, Voice of Wrestling is Mr. Rob Maltman on Twitter as well. That's him that plays really, really crap music on his radio show every Thursday evening. Where we have a sweepstake because we have a bet seeing how long it is before he plays an AC/DC song. And he didn't play one last night. And it's just so, I mean, if he goes 1 week without playing Guns N' Roses, it's a miracle. I think the playlist goes, well, let's bash Rob Maltman for 5 minutes. Here we go. If he'll play Guns N' Roses, which is either be You Could Be Mine, always plays that. AC/DC Thunderstruck, always plays that. He plays Bare Naked Ladies, always, every bloody week, because it's one of the Predators' favourite songs, and he plays that. And we have all these different things. I mean, Rob's always one of these people that, yes, I'll give him his due. He plays his music, but he always says is 2 hours of wrestling talk. And it's rubbish, because half of the sound, he talks, he's got an interview on from 10:30 till about 5 to 11, 10 to 11, and he has that. But he also has music played most of the time, so that's not 2 hours of wrestling talk, it's about 45, 50 minutes of it, and the rest of the time he's plugging weather, news, and he's got music playing. So, Southside, this is the only place, 2 hours of wrestling talk, no music. Well, there is at the pre-show, especially when you listen to it, and the people that was in the chat room earlier did listen to it, and wasn't very happy with the choice of my tunes. Was you, Nixy?
Well, you were singing them all last week when we had the temporary go down of the chat link, so...
Oh. And I was singing Cheeky Girls tonight.
Yes, he was. He was singing 5, 6, 7, 8 last week, though.
And Beauty School Dropout.
Yeah, and Beauty School Dropout.
The famous one of all time.
Yes.
Terrible. Yeah. It was the same. But was here, we always do his best. Anyway, TNA. They've got a pay-per-view this week, haven't they?
They have.
Turning Point. Do we know any of the matches? We've got Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. Magnus versus Samoa Joe in a no disqualification match. We've got Kazarian and Chris Daniels versus Chavo and Hernandez. Who's Tara taking on? Is it Tara versus Tessmacher again? Is it basically rematches from Bound for Glory and stuff? But I just think it's just going to be one of them nights where it's going to be different. It might be, oh, she's checking on an ODB. Fair enough. That's a good one for you.
Yeah.
Right, listen, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something to play 5 minutes because I need to take a break. Unfortunately.
Again?
I do, yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm starting with something. I really believe I'm starting with something bad here. So what I'm going to do is I know what I'm going to play. I said I was going to play the best pop ever in wrestling. The best debut ever in a wrestling. And I think I've got it. And as soon as my computer decides to load up and gets his head out of its ass. And see how we go with this. But we'll be back very soon. And it's about 6 minutes, so you can listen to it for a few minutes and see what you think. But I'll see you in a few minutes, okay? Sorry about this, guys. I'm just waiting it to load up. It's just an absolute pain in the backside. It's doing me a bleeding nut. Sorry about this, but we'll get that. We'll talk about boot camp in a bit as well. But we'll get that going for you. Anyway, enjoy.
Winner over the great WWF, just for one night, I have decided to be your champion.
Kurt Angle has some very unique views, does he not?
Yeah. Now, concerning this so-called unnamed opponent.
To be announced.
Hold up a second, please. Now, I know you have to be pretty nervous coming out here and facing an undefeated American hero.
On a winning streak here in the WWF. Angle's undefeated.
So what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath, let it out, and remember, this is something that you could probably tell your grandkids about someday. It is. So what I want you to do is remember your 3 eyes. Come on out here and give it your all.
3 eyes, JR.
His opponent. Section of Brooklyn, weighing 248 pounds.
It's Taz. It's Taz. Welcome back. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I think I'm coming down with something, so I'll have to go to bed in a bit.
Oh, man, float.
Yeah, no, it's worse than that. When it's coming out of both ends, let's say that.
oh God, I went through that.
Yeah, that's well, everybody else. Right, anyway, somebody mentioned the boot camp. Oh, I'm worse than 5 pounds lighter. Jesus. We right, our little discussion what we have every week. I think tonight is our time to have it, don't you?
Yes.
Right. As we all know, next week is Survivor Series. Who would you put in another one? The boot camp. If I had 10 members, we said this last week, but if I had to put 10, if I had to put people in it, you'd have to put people like Travis, Martin Kirby, El Ligero, Predators as a tag team, Styx, Lionheart, Noam Dar. The list is endless. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Chris Travis, Bryce Eaton, and so what's one of the best pops ever for you then?
What we mentioned earlier.
Okay, fair enough.
Linda standing up at WrestleMania 17.
Right. Oh.
That was immense. Have you never sort of sat there and watched that?
Not yet. I've not watched WrestleMania, as you keep saying to me. I've got to. But,
no. Oh yeah, you still haven't seen that. You're just a criminal for that. It's just heathen.
Right. Anyway,
I've got a message.
Hello. Right. Our little thing. Right, what we have every week is, because it's Survivor Series next week, we've been having his own little dream matchups. Now, last week we had the women, where we take... Now, this is one WrestleLeds can get himself into, because I know for the fact he'll put it on his forums, and I think it's a great idea. 2 weeks ago, we had the tag teams with Ross. Last week, we had the women. Tonight, we're going to do, for the Survivor Series dream matchups, is we're going to put the Intercontinental Champions. Or... the IC titles, and so we're going to do that. And what we're going to do is the best 5 of the last 10 years versus the best 5 Intercontinental Champions of all time. So the best 5 continent in IC champs of the last 10 years. Are we ready?
That's my one. Yeah, that's my one. But I've got a list of 7.
Go and say it. We'll talk about them all and never see what you've got. Go on then.
Well, my 5, and I'm still torn between 6 and 7. The 5 I picked were Jericho,
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero, Wade Barrett, Edge and Kane, but then I've also got Kurt Angle and William Regal in the mix as well, and I'm just torn between all 7 of them. I also had Jeff Hardy on the list as well.
All right. So you're not going to have any of these mentioned next week for this big one for the champs, then?
No, because there were a couple of there were a couple of other names I come across, and I was like, no, we should leave them till next week.
Oh, but everyone's going mad for Benoit.
I thought about Benoit, but it's kind of a, do you mention it, do you not?
Right.
What do you do?
Now, we're going to break off the subject because I'm going to settle this once and for all with Benoit. As a wrestler, his talent was immense. It's what I'm going to remember Benoit, the wrestler. Okay? I know what he did was wrong, and nothing will ever change that. But Benoit, the wrestler, you cannot wipe away his wrestling abilities. You cannot wipe away what he did in the wrestling ring. You cannot do it. You can just say, oh, he doesn't agree. We're going to wipe him out from everything. How the bleeding hell are they going to wipe him out of WrestleMania 20 main event when he was in the triple threat match for the title? How the hell are they going to do that? It's Chris Benoit, the wrestler, that I'm going at. Not Chris Benoit, the other things. Benoit, the wrestler.
I know.
That's what I go at now. And that's my feelings on it. So your 5 of the last 10 years. Right.
Any from those lists, I can't choose.
Yeah, LJ Heaven, isn't that like remembering Jimmy Savile for the charity work? Yeah, well, I just remember Jimmy Savile for Jim and Fix It. I remember Jimmy Savile for doing Jim will Fix It. So, but yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. It's a double-edged sword with Benoit. It really is. This is why one of the things when the Pipe Dome did when there was all 5 of them, when it was all 5, when they covered that subject, great. The Benoit subject was superb. It's a double-edged sword that you do and go one way, and then you got to talk about it the other way. It's so hard to take things, but wrestler, yeah, you can't knock away from what happened. No one will ever dispel that because there's 3 people that should be here and they're not. So, no, my feelings on that. It's going to say that, my feelings. So, yeah. And but anyway, so your 5 champs, you've said them all out, you've got them everything right. Reasons for your 5. Have you got?
Well, I've got to have Kane, haven't I? I can't not have Kane.
Yeah.
That's the reason for Kane.
Oh, you good there? Nixy? Can anybody hear me? Nixy, you there?
Yeah, sorry, internet did the thing. Wade Barrett, because he's got a good future and because he's British. And I've taken to him really well. I think he's really good and I want to see what he does. Eddie Guerrero, because he's a legend. Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, and not for next week's one, because he has, I've read it somewhere, he holds the record titles with 9 reigns. So I think he deserves to be in that one more than the one we're going to do next week.
Okay. Right.
Then I had Edge, but Edge was my last one, because they had a lot of comedy going around in 2001 when he was doing that.
Ah, well, this 10 years is 2000.
I know, but he's had it in 2002 as well. I know.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
And then I had Angle as well in the mix, but I think that was pre-2002. However, I think Regal should be in it. I think Regal should coach the team. He should captain the team, so therefore I can have 6.
Oh, God. Right, fair enough.
On the technicality.
Well, we did have the managers last week, so we might as well. So we had the women managers. My 5 of all time. Number 1, Randy Savage. No, forget that. I'm not having that. I'm gonna have Savage for something else. The 5 greatest ones. Mr. Perfect. Because he never got the main title, so Mr. Perfect. Rick Rude. The British Bulldog. Them 3 off the top of my head straight away. The reason is Mr. Perfect, what can you say? Kurt Hennig was So we did that. Kurt Hennig, and then Rick Rude thing. I'm gonna put the Warrior in because if you put Warrior in the IC belt, I mean, what he did at SummerSlam '88 just says it all. Yeah, and Brett, I'll put Brett in because the Heat's just said it. He headlined the main event as an IC champion. He main evented 80,000 people, Wembley Stadium, him versus the Bulldog. Yeah, I'll put Brett in, but it's hard, isn't he? When he's going to pick 5 of all time.
Yeah.
But I pick Warrior, Perfect, Rude, Bulldog, Brett. Because Bulldog never held the main title. So you've got to put Bulldog in. Owen Hart. Oh, God. Here we go.
Wait, sorry. What about Jerry Lawler? Didn't he have it? Owen Hart was one I was going to mention.
We've got Owen, you've got The Rock, you've got Austin.
Yeah, but there's a reason I didn't mention those two.
Yeah. Austin. But you could have Rocky Maivia and not The Rock.
Yeah.
So it was Rocky Maivia, but yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man, that was the one I was hoping to
The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Yep. This is it. I mean, this is what I like about these things. Yeah, Goldust, yeah. You've got all these things. You've got all these title changes and everything. And when you see the 5 greatest 5 of all time, it's a great debate for this thing. It's an absolute superb. Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock, that was the one.
Razor Ramon. Look at them. They're all coming through now. Yeah,
Godfather, if you want to put him in.
Yeah, Val Venus. China.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. All these IC champs and everything. I was thinking, what was your intake on the IC champion, on the Intercontinental champion? Was it always the one that was the workers, or was it the workers getting ready for the main event, like Brett used to say? There was Dean Douglas. Oh my God. Oh dear.
At that age, I wouldn't have known that, but looking at it now, it was always prestigious. Like even then, you knew.
Yeah.
Who it was going to be, and who it was going to be, and you were interested in it. Whereas now, you couldn't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I used to sit there at a pay-per-view and go, well, this so and so's in the main event, but oh wow, look at this! It's for the Intercontinental title. I can't wait to see this one.
Right.
Like I still remember being really excited about all those matches Jericho and Regal had in 2001 for the Intercontinental. They were all brilliant, and then Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit in 2000. Some of the matches they had.
Yeah.
And they stole the show with it, but you just don't get that anymore.
Look, I'm going to mention some matches here, and these are the ones. When it comes to pay-per-views, SummerSlam '91 will always be remembered for Brett versus Perfect. SummerSlam '92, Davey Boy versus Brett. WrestleMania 10, Intercontinental title, Razor versus Shawn in the ladder match. The list goes on. When you look at all the Intercontinental champions, Steamboat Savage, main WrestleMania 3, that's the match everybody remembers. They don't remember Hogan versus anything like that. You always remember the Intercontinental match because that seemed to be the one that was over the top. Oh yeah, and we forgot one more for the last 10 years. Here's one for you that you forgot. Ric Flair. Ric Flair was Intercontinental champion in the last 10 years. Get that one.
At current, I wouldn't want him anywhere near a wrestling ring, unless he's managing.
Yeah, but when you look at the Intercontinental title guys, they always seem to be the one that put in the hard.
Jarrett.
Oh God, yeah, it's one of them names. It's one of them conversations where you just
it's the same thing as last week.
Yeah, it is. This is what I love. We've got to do this. I mean, this is a great one. I think next week we're going to do the WWE champion. We've got to do the WWE title next week. We have to. Booker T, Lance Storm, Pat Patterson, Greg Valentine. Well, yeah, you got all these things.
You want a funny one, Marty Jannetty, but no.
Yeah, you could have that one, couldn't you?
Yeah. Tito Santana is another one.
Yeah, Tito RVD.
Yeah. RVD,
yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good little debate, isn't it? Do you think this is a good thing?
Roddy Piper.
I like this. This is a good one. I think it's Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Triple H.
Yeah, but there's a reason we haven't mentioned one or two of them.
Yeah, there's an obvious reason. Here's one guy who's never run, who's never ever. Oh God, the Mountie. Oh my God, come bleeding, don't forget about him. One guy who's never won the Intercontinental title, and he's been with the WWE over 20 odd years. One guy, Undertaker.
Yeah, I thought of that earlier.
He's never won he never won the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, I sat there earlier and went, hang on a sec.
How about that? Undertaker has never been the Intercontinental title. He's always had the main ones. He's always had the World Tag Team, always had the World Championship. He's never had the IC belt. How crazy is that? He's had the Hardcore belt. It's crazy. Yeah. It's a strange, crazy way. Oh, right. The worst Intercontinental champions. Let's go through that list, shall we? The worst champions.
What, Intercontinental champions?
Yeah, if you can remember. The worst ones you remember.
Oh. Santino.
So, God, yeah. Santino. Umaga.
Umaga had it, didn't he?
Did Umaga have it? Yeah, Umaga.
Did. Carlito. Was he a bad Intercontinental champion?
Carlito.
Albert. Albert had it.
Did Test?
I don't think Test had it, no.
No.
D'Lo Brown.
No.
Road Dogg, rather.
Oh, yeah, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn.
Yeah, Billy Gunn had it as well. Mark Miro had it. Mark Miro.
Tested beat it. Oh, X-Pac. There we go. These are the worst ones.
Really?
X-Pac worst. Double J Jeff Jarrett.
Are you sure he had the Intercontinental title?
Oh.
X-Pac.
Oh, did he? Did he? I'm not sure if he did.
No, I don't think he did.
No,
he's not on the list.
I'm not on it. Oh, Ken Patera. There we go. This is right. Oh God! If you had to though think of one guy that was the worst of the worst, the whole lot, I think the worst reign had to be. Oh God, I can't remember it. Something really, really awful reign. Marty Jannetty, when he won it off of Shawn, '93. Worst ever Road Dogg. Ooh.
No, at least Road Dogg's got good mic skills. At least he was entertaining.
Oh no, I mean, but one. I mean, as long as Eugene never held it, I'm not bothered. John Morrison. There's another name for you.
John Morrison held it. Yeah.
Dean Douglas, 1 day reign. Oh dear. It's all that. You've always got these titles and everything that comes out of it and stuff, but I think they're a great little debate and everything. He was trying to win. The LJ Heaven's coming in with his history. He's spot on tonight. The champ is here. We can actually say that in our chat.
Yeah, we actually can.
The champ is here. Get in there.
And have some credibility behind it.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you very much for taking the time. Right, what I'm going to do right now is, before we go any further, is I'm going to do the rest of the shows for this month, and then we're going to get them out of the way. And see, and go, right, I'm talking about the Pro Wrestling Eve live on internet pay-per-view tomorrow at 6:30, Alpha versus Storm. Then we've got Pro Evolution Wrestling live on Ross and Y today at 7 o'clock. Then 16th of November, Wrestle Midlands. I've got Honor and Glory, and at Dudley in the Midlands. Netherton Arts Centre, Northfield Road, Netherton, DY2 in Dudley, the Midlands. Former ECW Steve Corino is going to be there. Davey Richards versus Zach Gibson. Steve Corino versus Keith Myatt. White Lightning, Mark Andrews, who was my guest last night. He was guest on Rob Moulton's show. And versus the Star in the City, Ryan Smile. Wild Boar versus Mark Morgan versus The Bouncer. Lord Graham Thomas versus Saul Adams. That is the Wrestle Midlands card tomorrow. Oh, 16th of November. Runcorn Wrestling Alliance have got another one happening at the Grangeway Community Centre on the 17th of November at 1:30. That's another one there for you guys. 17th, IPW 8th Family Wrestling Show, and at the Sevenoaks Leisure Centre, Sevenoaks, Kent, IPW's 8th Anniversary Show. We've got for you on there, what we got on here? We got IPW title match, Shea Samuels versus Steve Carino. The final fight, tables, ladders and chair, the end of the 6-year feud, Mr. IPW Ashley Reed versus the shooting star Paul Robinson. Tag team title match, Project Ego versus the Champion Kings. Tag team grudge match, London Riots versus the Bangria Knights. Triple threat, no, this looks amazing. Norm Dar versus March Haskins versus El Ligero in a triple threat. Saturday, November the 17th, at the Sevenoaks Leisure Centre in Kent. Tickets £20, front row, £12 general admission. So that's another good one for you. That's on the 17th. Next Friday in St Ives in Cambridgeshire, Revolution Pro Wrestling presents their little get-together. So they're having their little get-together next Friday night. So please go if you're in the area. It's going to be a great, great night. Styx is on. Project Ego are there. All the usual guys that tread the boards for the British thing. GBW Carnage 5. Great Britain, Great British Wrestling presents Louis Paradise versus Ryan Lord. We've also got International Champions Liam Slade versus Celeb Crow versus Tiger versus JG Nash. So you've got all these guys that's going to be appearing at Featherstone in West Yorkshire. If you don't know where Featherstone is, you go to Leeds, realise you're in a smelly place called Leeds, and turn right, and you're in Featherstone. There you go. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, you come away from the sweet smelling south of Sheffield, you go through the M1, straight up the M1, get to the stinky bit that's called Leeds, turn right, and then you get a Featherstone. Right. There you go. I couldn't resist it. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. We've got Future Shock 63 on the 18th of November. And then we've got the rest of them, which I'm going to go through next week anyway. It's K-Lead, one of my guys. Okay, sorry, I do apologise, Danny. I'm sorry. Okay, but there we go. And stuff, but... oh yes, and on Monday, Wham Bam Body Slam, I've got their next radio show at 4 o'clock. So go and listen to Baz and Kerry, the first couple of British Wrestling Radio, because that was the name I gave them. I'm keeping that one, and I'm keeping to that one. But it's I mean, I christened them the first couple of Wrestling Radio. So give them a listen. 4 o'clock on Preston City FM, I think it's called, and stuff. But if you're ever near wrestling, it's like Anthony said when he rang up. There's got to be a show near you somewhere. Go and see it. You won't be disappointed, I promise. And there's a little present up next week. When I go and see Southside on the 1st of December, I'm going to get some DVDs of the 2nd anniversary show. I'm going to get Colt Cabana to sign them. If I can get some wrestlers to sign them, like Styx, whoever it was there, get Harvey Dale to sign them, get some other ones, and then I'm going to give them away as Christmas presents to people, because I think they deserve them. Alright? And I'm hoping we're going to try, and I'm going to pester him. I'm going to see if we can get Colt Cabana on the show. Because if we can get Colt Cabana for 10 minutes, I think it'd be great. And stuff, but I think, oh yes, and if people still wanting these videos of mine, I don't know if you're wanting these videos or what. And yes, I'm getting through them. I'm just getting through everything I can. I'm trying to get all the details and everything of watching DVDs, but I promise you I will. If anybody wants an old school video of the picture I put up, like King of the Ring 94, I can even have SummerSlam 92, because I'm putting that on DVD. If anybody wants any, just send me a message on Facebook, give me your address, and I'll see what I can do. If you come to a show, and I'm there, and you come to a show when I'm coming up to, then I'll give you a video. No questions, but no bothers about that. Okay? End of story. Anyway, Nixy. So, you got anything to finish off with? We've got 10 minutes to go, so...
I don't think so. I think we've got everything out tonight, haven't we? Oh, did you hear apparently Jesse Sorensen's ready to go back to the ring?
Oh, well.
Did you hear about that?
Yes, I heard about it. Well, I mean, Jesse Sorensen, he had a bad accident and stuff, so it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just one of them things with Jesse. He had an accident. They're going to make a story out of it. It's going to be obvious. They're going to make a story out of it. What did you think to the guy that did the gut check last week on Impact? Or did you see it?
I did see it.
One of the guys from original TNA from 2002. He was one of the first guys that was in there. He was in there.
Necessarily fair to gut check him then.
Well, I thought it was great. Besides, he was there when CM Punk was there.
Oh.
Ah, see. When he looks a real good guy. He looks a real good. I think they're finding some cracking talent. I can't wait for him to do a gut check over here, though. Please, please. I know he sent me a message, Nemesis. I will. I think next year is going to be. I think gut check in Britain is going to be a good one. But it is going to. I think Christian York, the guy that was on last week, an absolute demon of a talent, pearl of a match, absolute best one. That's been the best gut check they've had, apart from Joey Ryan. I love Joey Ryan to bits. I think he's great. I am one of the 87%. I've got 87% fat. Never mind, also my body. So, but we have his points. But has anybody got any questions they want to ask us while in the chat room or anything like that for the last 8 minutes? I'll have a look on Facebook if anybody's asked us a question.
You know the other thing I realised as well last week when I was watching TNA?
Yeah.
How badly they did a job of covering Wes Briscoe up. Because it's not that, the hair's a giveaway.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, he's got, when he wears his Aces and Eights mask, because we all know he's out there, apparently he's one of Aces and Eights, we'll wait and find out, but that's the rumour. I think everybody knows it by now. But he's the one in the mask who's just got this mad curly... He's the one that they kidnapped, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And they brought him in with, sorry, Fruge, your dad, what's his name? I don't know. But, what's his name? Garrett, that's his name. Sorry about your last name, but Garrett.
Right.
He's a shot.
We've got a we've got a message on Facebook now. I'm sorry to cut you off, love, because this is really, really, really important. This is from a gentleman called Tim Davis. Hiya, Tim. I hope you're listening, either on here or YouTube. What is your view on the stage when WWE come over here and do a live Raw or SmackDown? I think it's shit. We don't have many red phone boxes in London. Do you know what I'm going to say? Get it ready. I've had enough. I'm blowing. I'm going to slip. This is it now. All time. If you want to get ready, get your bleeding radios ready, because this is going to fucking blow now. I told you fucking years ago that this bleeding set at WWE are doing my bleeding nuts in. When have you seen a red phone box? Where the bleeding hell is a red phone box in this country? There is no red phone boxes. We've all got mobile phones. Doesn't Rick Man know this? Oh, Jesus Christ, the man is thick as shit. For God's sake, just give us a new set. I don't care if it's the Queen Mother on a throne sat watching it for 2 hours. As long as it's not a bleeding red phone box or a black bleeding taxi, I don't give a shit. It could be anything. It could be a gas station. It could be a nuclear power station. It could be a Welsh leak. It could be a Scottish throne. I don't care. But just get rid of the bleeding phone box.
Yeah, they could do, don't you, to piss CM Punk off. They could have like a little British Red Lion pub giving away beer to the wrestlers as they walk down to the ring.
Just give us that bleeding thing. It just does my nut, man. Don't give me a message on here, guys. Can you just send it to me on Facebook, and I'll do my best to see what I can do. Get rid of the bleeding. It's my thing. It's been there for 10 years now. We've all got.
It doesn't even work then.
But what does me is I look at CCTV every day. And I've seen a couple of red phone boxes where I live. Yes, they're there. But I've never seen people in it because we've all got mobile phones. So why should we have everything? Oh, no, Tim, thank you very much for the question. I am Tim Davis. It's superb. Hey, thank you, mate, for that question. It's an absolute pearler. But for God's sake, yes, Nick, yes, you can have the 92 SummerSlam. Okay, there you go. 92 SummerSlam's gone for you. All right, thank you very much. Oh, hold on. Warriors tagged myself in a photo of me. Oh, yes, there we go. I wonder where he's tagged it. Right,
maybe even a little football and a net as well.
I could be anything. I don't care. It could be Wembley Stadium. It could be a hot dog stand. It could be two chaps. It could be two chaps with Lonsdale t-shirts on with belly bleeding skin. I don't care. It could be. Why can't we have beef eaters? Beef eaters.
Oh yeah. Beef
eaters. Anything. I don't care. It could be a bleeding clapped out DeLorean taxi. It could be anything. I don't care. It could be a council house with illegal immigrants coming out the bleeding thing. I just don't care. It could be anything in this world. It could be a kebab shop. It could be anything. I just don't want the phone box.
Tea and cake, the little tea and cake table.
It could be a Wimbledon tennis court net. I don't care.
Wimbledon standing there with his racket and a ball.
Oh. Chinese takeover. Fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
It could be anything. I know I'm not on my own. I think it could be anything in this world that represents. If it was Yorkshire, it could be a bleeding cloth cap. It could be set in last of the summer wine country. It could be anything. But just get rid of that fucking bollocking phone box for once in your life. Oh, Jesus, it does my head. And that is a right note to finish on. We've had no questions this week, so you bastards that normally give us questions, why aren't you giving us questions, you shits? Have you run out of things to say to us? I do not know. But anyway, it's been one of them nights. I apologise if I had to disappear every time to deal with myself. I mean, my body's playing havoc with me. Thank you very much for the I think the LJ Heaven now realises, saying, what the bloody hell have I come into? When he's done me on my rants. It's an absolute dream. Everybody loves my rants. They love them to bits. It's just, there's only me that does it. But you won't get this on Rob Maltman. You never get this on Rob Maltman's show. House of Pain, raw as they come. Thanks ever so much to everybody that's listening tonight. Thanks to Ant for calling in. Thanks to everybody that's in there. Orton, to Ross, to Warwick, to Chris, to Tim, to Brandy, to the champ himself, LJ Heaven. Good luck with your title defense in a few weeks, sir. I hope you win. And your housemate, and everything, and Ace, everything. But no show tomorrow for Ross. We want Ross back. Ross, 30th of November, you're on here with me. We want to hear more about Revolution Pro Wrestling with you, mate. Doing everything. And, oh no, rant on the WWE division, women, that's Nixy. Nixy goes better than anyone. Alright? Oh, dear God, what have you put in our chat room now?
Lance doesn't know what a chav is. I'm trying to educate him.
Yeah. NJPW will be shown on this channel. Right, thank you very much. Plug away. If you've got Facebook, if you've got Twitter, put them in the chat room. Everybody follow. Follow the Heat LJ Heaven on Twitter. Follow him on Facebook. He's got his page. Next show is next Sunday night at 11 PM. I'm coming back from Sheffield, so I'm going to be knackered, but I will be doing it. And an absolute dream of a gentleman. Thanks every single person that's listened to us tonight. And yeah, buy House of Pain Blu-rays. Not buying. The next one is only £5. It's £5, and you see LJ Heaven win the title. So there you go. And yeah, that's the point. Rob Maltman's had his photograph took with the House of Pain. But he's not had his photograph took with the South Side. He's more House of Pain than he realises.
Oh yeah.
You see, he's more House of Pain. He doesn't realise it, but he's more House of Pain than everything. He's a complete sellout. He's a kiss ass. He's just an absolute kiss ass. That's all I can say. But anyway, But I'm just going to say farewell to everyone. Take care, and I'm going to put this on YouTube now as soon as I can. All right. But thanks again to Nixy, my love. Thank you. Hope you have a great week.
Yeah, you as well.
If you're gonna watch TNA on Sunday, join in here in our chat room. We'll show it. Everything will be great and stuff. Thanks to Seamus. I know he was in here, but he disappeared again. I will get last week's edition on YouTube as well. I've got some things to sort out with that, but we will get it all on there, and everything will be gone. But thanks to everybody for listening. It's follow Nemesis on Facebook. He's in a cracker rising from the flames. Follow him, and we should do everything, okay? But take care, everyone, and we'll see you again very, very soon, okay? So this is House of Pain Radio, the #1 radio for House of Pain, saying take care and see you in 9 days. Take care. See you next day.
Night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Night.